Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods. That's where bears live, don't you know? 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree they'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It is YouTube's #1 show by a bear, your emotional support. It will great to have all of you here with us here today. It was nice, lovely day right here in the middle of April. Enjoyed it, people. Enjoyed it. Got to enjoy a little bit of lunch out in the park today. Oh, it was great. You know, a little bit of sandwich, nice sun, a little bit of wind, but it wasn't bad. You know, the only downside is all the people screaming, "Ah, there's a bear! Run!" But it was fun. I had some good sandwiches. I don't know about the rest of the people out there, but it's been a nice day for old bear out here. Hopefully for you as well. Story goes 10 seconds later, she lost that hand. Wait, what? Story goes... Oh, for crying out loud, Peabody. No, it is a lovely little picture out here. Melissa says, "Aw." Hey, he says that's so cute and hi, bear. No, it's a I wouldn't recommend, you know, that you put your toddlers out there in the forest with woodland creatures. But, you know, hey, listen, little girl ain't doing nothing wrong. Ain't poking the old bear. I'm not going to. Listen, we're not going to eat little children, for crying out loud. First off, not a whole lot of meat on the bone. Number two, obviously a horrible thing to even consider. So, for crying out loud. She was playing cards with the bear and dropped her cards. Aw. Yeah, probably Uno. A bear enjoys a good Uno game. They screamed. They didn't choose the bear over the father. Aw. Yeah, everybody, bear was out, you know, enjoying a nice little lunch today. And everybody's like, "Oh my God, the bear, run! Run!" Other than that, it was nice. It was. We were out by Old Kings Road. Amy, Melissa, if you happen to know where that is, Old Kings Road out there in Florida. Hanging out. There was a guy. There's this guy running. He was you know, doing his workout routine, kind of running along the side of the road. There was no sidewalks, obviously, so kind of a very narrow road to begin with, and then the side road that we were on, even narrower. There's kind of a big truck, not like a semi-truck, but kind of like a, I don't know, like a U-Haul type truck out there. He gets behind, the guy cuts in front of him as he's running, and the guy's like, "Burp, burp, burp, get out of the way." And then he like flexes as he's running. He flexes his muscles like, "Yeah, right on, right on." The guy's like behind him, honk, 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 trying to get around. I thought it was funny. Probably the guy driving didn't, but I thought it was funny. Did you say hi and then they screamed, "Ah, a talking bear"? It happens all the time, P-Money. All the gosh darn time. Of course, bears are lovely people. Well, I don't know about people, but bears are lovely. Bears are lovely. Even this time of year, people. Yes. All right, let's get to it, people. Let's get right on into it. I've got some great campaign updates for you good folks out there. Flex while you jog. Why not? It was hilarious. He did the big muscle flex as he's running. I thought it was hilarious. Guy behind him, honk, honk, honk. He couldn't get around him because it's like a big truck, narrow road, and a guy running right in front of you. So, interesting out there. People, go check out, if you will, that'd be Gary Shipman and Titan Mouse of Might, #3 Miasma, $13,704 needs to break. Listen, let's at least get him over 1,400. I'm sure he would be thrilled beyond recognition out there if we do. We need to get him back on the Drawn and Quartered show. I wasn't around last week, but hopefully Gary will show up at some point. It's good to always see and hear from him. Of course, Uncle E doing his thing out there. 804,823. I think it came up just a little bit there. I think it came up a couple $100. So not doing too bad. I would love to hear from him, Nolan, maybe some of the other bigger folks out there, how they plan on going through printing. We've actually got a printing story coming up here. Printing and bringing in toys and all this other stuff from overseas and especially China. Trying to figure out, a lot of the campaigns have already, started. So interesting to see maybe after, the terrorists, what the next iteration of the campaign would be. I've always been saying, hey, we need to bring down the cost of the books. I think they might be going up, people. I think they might be going up. So, anyways, 804,000 from him. And we've got something here from your boy. That'd be your boy, Zach, people. Enjoying it. I've been reading some of his posts and watching some of the videos that he's had lately. He's been... he's going after what he's calling the birthday party clowns, kind of your critical drinker, nerdrotic, that sort of deal out there that was basically just kind of started out as film criticism and now has gone into just kind of a grift mode out there. So it's interesting, not so much listening to that so much, but, just how he kind of pictures the world out there. Kind of very similar with Bear. He says, hi, everyone. Hi, you boy. Lettering has begun on the Jawbreakers Contingency and should go to print in May. He says, a prequel titled Costume Maniac. I love the name. Has begun production. He says, here's a few pages from Aaron Alfeche. Just doing a great job out there. Whether it was the Rambo book, some of the other stuff out there, just doing a great job. A nice diamond in the rough, Aaron Alfeche. So enjoying. I love the smile on that guy. I'm Batman and I'm enjoying it. What was the name of it? Costumed Maniac. So it should be interesting, people. It should be pretty interesting. So if you want to go check that out, that would be the Jawbreakers Contingency campaign. So go check it out. Of course, at Indiegogo. I don't have a link for you good people, but hopefully you can search it out for old Bear, and if you do, just post it in the chat here. Would appreciate it. Your boy does a decent job. I'd say he does a better than decent job. At least better than a lot of others keeping up with his comics. Yeah, what did he title this as? Mid-April update. He's been getting a little bit of grief. Hashtag late books and all that sort of stuff. Sure, what was it? Grand Bazaar. I know that was late, really late. I think there was some issues going on there. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but the one after that came out, did great. So Forever, right? The fourth one. So that came out pretty well on time. Every book that Bear's gotten, if it hasn't been on time, it's been pretty close. Within a couple months or something like that. So yes, he's done a great job. I think he made mention of this the other day, something like 5,000 books that he's fulfilled over the past couple of years. Might have been a little bit more than that. So yeah, I think he knows what he's doing. I think he's got a pretty good grasp on not only the writing, but also corralling the artist out there. Listen, I mean, you've got, let's see, fulfillment, shipping. We just passed tax day, so you got to do all your taxes, supplies, just the overview of stuff that usually you would have a couple, 5 or 10 people, 20, whole corporations behind you. Now, it's just your boy out there. So he's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good out there, your boy. Get old Bear's thumbs up for sure. So, yeah, do go check out Costumed Maniac, people. Costume Maniac. Interesting title. Very interesting title out here. All right, we are going from your boy Zach, people. We're going to go from your boy Zach to, another, very independent artist out here. You may have heard of him out here. He's got a great idea, by the way. Got a great idea that he wants to share with you. Maybe just, a couple, let me bring you good folks in here. There we go. Maybe a couple years late, a couple years behind the times out here. But he's got a great idea. Why not? Why not make premium comics and sell them on your website, people? That's, I know, shocking, people. Shocking. From The Hollywood Reporter, and Aaron Couch. I always said Crotch, but Aaron Couch. Why Rob Liefeld flew to Arizona to pick up his newest comics from the printers. He says the writer and artist brought around 80 copies of Youngblood home, with him part as a small batch of issues, each only available for 24 hours, people. Holy moly. A few weeks ago, Rob Liefeld flew to Arizona to see his latest comic, fresh off the printers. Holding the books in his hand, he's admiring the artistry, from the quality of the paper to the feel of the spine. A few hours later, he boarded a return flight to California, carrying with him 80 comics across 5 different editions of Youngbloods, the title that launched Image Comics way back 1992. Congrats, Rob, says Speed Buddy. Only 7 years behind your boy Zach on that idea. Yeah, hey, listen. Sometimes you're the first. Sometimes you're just, hey, I know a good idea when I see one. It's almost unheard of for a creator to hand select every detail about the book, much less transport the copies themselves. Ahmed Liefeld wanted to try something new for the 33rd anniversary of Youngblood, with each edition of this comic only available to buy on his website, which, by the way, hold on, I do have here. Funny. I've got his website, but I didn't have your boy Zach's website. I'm sorry, your boy. It's out there somewhere on Indiegogo. There you go, if you want to go check that out. Which, by the way, there we go. There's some covers right there. Let's see. You can buy it on his website or at One Day Signing Only, Wednesday. Is that today? At the Golden Apple Comics in Los Angeles, California. So hopefully you're listening to this while you're in line to get your copy and maybe get signed. The idea was last minute for Liefeld, who decided in late February that he wanted to celebrate the Youngblood anniversary with a new book. Oh, wow. But noted there'd be no way to go through the normal production process with the publisher. Each edition launching on his website will be available for just 24 hours. So I guess these, the first 2 here are only available for today, apparently. Eventually, a version of the book will be published by Image Comics, which also coincidentally celebrated its 33rd anniversary on Wednesday. But a few of the interior pages may change, as will the covers. And of course, the economics of mass publishing dictate that paper and other qualities won't be as top shelf as the small batch. Wow. I wouldn't be able to give this product through traditional means. It's heavy cardstock and it's the nicest interior paper that you've ever seen. It's fabulous. And to quote John Hammond in Jurassic Park, we spared no expense. There you go. To quote what's his face? Life will find a way. That was the other quote. Who said that? Oh, for crying out loud. I got his picture. I can see his face. Whatever. Anyways, Liefeld also said that he will be reporting his grosses on this book just like a movie studio reports box office numbers. Wow, shocking. A creator known for characters such as Deadpool and Cable helped up in the comic book industry in 1992 when he and 6 other artists, which one of those artists Are they? Huh? Other artists? Gosh. Would one of those be a bear? Possibly an art T-bear, perhaps? I left Marvel to launch Image, the publisher that pioneered the idea of creators retaining rights to their work. Shocking. Now Liefeld notes that the industry is at another shifting point. Well, you're a couple years behind, but okay. Amid changes like the print market, he sees going directly to fans for custom books as one avenue. Says Liefeld, I'm just out here experimenting. Why not? I'm just two dudes with a dream. If this don't work out, I'm going to open up a boutique burger shop. Open up a boutique burger shop out here. Jeff Goldblum, thank you. For crying out loud. I could picture it in Bear's mind, but I'm like, brain farts. Brain fart. Thank you, Peabody. Thank you so much for helping Bear out. Trying to figure it out there, people. So, yeah, some nice covers. You go check it out. You only got one day, so jump on it, people. Jump on it right away. Tell them Bear sent you. And it'd be like, what? There's a talking bear on YouTube? What the hell's going on? What the hell's going on in this crazy world? And then a couple years, Liefeld went back to Marvel. Yeah, there you go. Well, the money was good. Apparently the money was good for you good people. So, yeah, if you enjoy Youngblood, go check it out, people. Definitely go check it out. All right, hold on. Had to wet the old whistle, people. There we go, people. Yes, indeed. Well, from one great idea to another, the Z-Man over at Warner Brothers has a brilliant idea. Brilliant, people. I'm telling you, I'm surprised nobody else has thought of this before he has. Warner Brothers executive, that would be Jeff Goldstein, admits they need to right the ship. Yeah, it's... I mean, the tail end has broken off of the Titanic. It's slowly being dragged down below the waves, and then, the front part of the ship that's, ran into the iceberg, it splits off, and all of a sudden the tail end kind of bobs back up right before it sinks below the waves. That's where Warner Brothers is right now. And reports suggest that the CEO, the Z-Man, believes... Now get this, people. Hold on. You're going to be blown away by this. But the answer is intellectual property. Not just any, but big IP. Big IP. And not in the bathroom either. Intellectual property. Rob, a talking bear told me to check out your book. Rob, sure, security. Get the security in here. Security and maybe a trip to the old nut house out here. If the security are also bears, that would be funny. That would be interesting if a bear would be a security. Yeah, you couldn't find a better security guard than a bear. I mean, you can take one swipe and take someone away. So, yeah, that would be a bad. Although they would need to pay quite a bit in salmon. Probably some up front. Definitely some up front. Maybe also beer as well. Salmon and beer and honey. Salmon, beer, and honey. There you go. That would be enjoyable. Yes, indeed. All right, why are we looking at a dead Batman? What's going on here? Poor Michael Keaton. What is the first step in recovery? Well, that'd be quit spinning your wheels, people. Admitting you have a problem. By the way, Bounty Get a Comics and J.B. Augustine, people. A bear don't come cheap. No, not at all. It is a union thing. Us bears are in a bear union, people. That's right. That's right. We're not crossing the picket line for nobody. Practically all of us know this as an axiom. Even studio executives insulated by their industry bubble. And yet, like most, they had to learn the hard way by hitting bottom. Man, oh man, we are starting right out of the gate here. J.B. Augustine, yeah, okay. they have hit bottom and they need to go to AA or whatever the movie equivalent of AA would be. I don't know. Movies Anonymous, MA. Not so sure. Not so sure about that. At CinemaCon this year, which like everybody apparently showed up to because that's the place to be now. Apparently they're trying to put everything back into the theaters. After all these years of streaming, they're like, hey, you know what? You know what would be a good idea was if we put some of these movies into the theater. And then, now get this. Now, maybe some people who do not subscribe to our streaming service, they might be actually able to see the movie and then go tell other people. And then they might go see the movie in the theaters as well. And they might not even have subscriptions as well. This might be the new thing, man. This might be, holy cow. Man, oh man. These people, I tell you, man. They think they're the smartest in the world, but they're definitely the best paid in the world. The top 1%ers out there, but that's just because you're highly paid doesn't mean that you got the old noggin up there working. Oh, we'll have to see how the new Superman does. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, in fact, by the way, let's remind folks out here, if you haven't already, let me find it here, 1 second. Here we go. So this is the Warner Brothers slate coming up. Now, some of this has changed. Some of these dates have changed. Let's see, One Battle After Another, I think, has moved, and The Bride has moved to next year, if I remember correctly. There might be one other one as well, if Bearer can remember it here. But here is the slate. Here's the slate. So we had Mickey 17. It was a bomb. Cost $118 million. Didn't make anywhere near that. Alto Knights, again, $45 million. Not anything to sneeze at, but it was a bomb also. But compared to how much they put into it, it wasn't that big of a deal. Wasn't that big of a deal. Minecraft movie, $150 million. It's already crossed 450, something like that. That is a hit, baby. It's a hit. Sinners, which I'm hearing some good things about. $90 million. Now, are they going to make that back? I don't know. Maybe over time they will. I don't see that coming out as a 80 to 90, $100 million first opening weekend. F1, it's co-produced with Apple, so it says $300 million. Just cut that in half, so $150 million plus P&A. Superman, they do not give us the amount that it cost. Allegedly, based on some tax filings over in England, I think, $300+ million. So as P-Money says, we're going to have to see how the new Superman does. If that ain't a hit, then they are in some trouble. One Battle After Another, that's the Leo DiCaprio movie, $140 million. I don't know if it's going to make that back or not. It might. The Bride, that is a musical for The Bride of Frankenstein. You figured Warner Brothers may have learned their lesson on the Joker, but nope. They're trusting Maggie Gyllenhaal, who's only had one credit to her name out here as far as directing. They gave her $80 million. I don't see that's making that at all. In fact, they pushed it into like January of next year, which that's like the dumping grounds. If you have a terrible movie, you want it to be in January because nobody's going to go see it. So I don't think that's going to make its money back. Animal Friends, Mortal Kombat. So there is the slate. We had 5 movies that we were looking at. Mickey 17, Minecraft, Sinners, Superman, and One Battle After Another. So we have 1 hit and 2 bombs out of... Well, pardon me. 1 bomb. 1 bomb out of that so far. So we'll see. Sinners is coming up. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Let's see. Not Princess Bride musical. Oh, that'd be nice. Oh, I'm sorry, P-Money. Let's see. We'll have to see how the new Superman does to see if this new universe has a chance. Honestly, I have no idea. I have an idea. They're trying to sell it to somebody else. This is what they're trying to do. We've been on this for quite a while. Bear's theory out here. They're making Superman. They're putting a whole bunch of money into it, even though it doesn't look like it. I look at the trailers and I'm like, where is $300+ million went? I have no idea where that money went. Strange. So we'll see out there, but Bear's opinion, they're making the Superman movie. They hope it's a hit, so they can basically turn it over to another company, Amazon, Apple, something like that. Essentially a turnkey movie universe where they can say, okay, we've got all this stuff set up. We've got the slate of stuff. What was the next one coming out? It was Supergirl, and there was something else. Clayface? I think they were doing Clayface, and they had several that they wanted to do but have kind of fallen by the wayside, or the scripts aren't ready, or something. They keep falling by the wayside. So basically, you got Supergirl and a freaking Clayface to look forward to. I'm not so sure if that's a great start to your movie universe. So we'll see. And if Superman bombs, then I don't see people wanting to go see Supergirl, right? And then Clayface is just like a body horror movie out there. So I don't know if the people that want to watch superhero stuff are going to go see a horror movie. Not sure if that's going to work out. My frustration with the Superman trailer is, once again, says P-Money, they crammed like 5 other superheroes in there because that worked so well the last time. Apparently, based on people that have seen the film, they're only in there for a short amount of time. Take that with a grain of salt. I have no idea. Apparently, James Gunn was kind of forced to put those in there for, the expanded freaking universe that they're trying to do. So take that as you will. I have no idea. That's just what the rumor mill is. But we'll see. That's a great point. Am I reading that right, says P-Money? Oh my gosh, there is another Matrix movie coming? Where, here? Wait, where is it? Where did is it up here? I know they're trying to do that. I know that they're trying. I don't see it up here. They bankrupted. Warner Brothers got into a big fight with the production company, Village Roadshow, that produced The Matrix. They ended up making the 4th Matrix film. It was supposed to go into theaters. Warner Brothers pulled the rug and put it on their streaming service instead. So Village Roadshow took Warner Brothers to court because they said, hey, you broke the contract. They were in litigation for so long and they didn't get other projects off the ground that they went under. So if Bear remembers correctly, it was some sort of like hedge fund that bought that out. So Possibly there will be a remake, but that's way down the line. We're talking like 5 years down the line. I don't think that's coming anytime soon. Under the Christopher Reeves... okay. Lawrence Fishburne was rebuffed when he offered to return for the Matrix Wasn't he dead? Did he die? No, wait, that's Keanu Reeves that died. Okay, never mind. For the Matrix Resurrection, so he has conditions for a potential... 5th movie. It depends on the circumstances, who's involved. Again, one of the let's see, they were trying to come out with a Goonies sequel. Basically, they were just mining the archives out there. It's anything that could be a sequel, they're going to make a sequel out of. So I wouldn't be surprised. There's no script, there's no director, there's no main actors other than Lawrence Fishburne wants to get paid. I think we're a ways off on that, and I don't think it's going to be a 5th Matrix movie. For what Bear saw, it's going to be like it's going to be a reboot. Gonna be a reboot. No, in the article it's a link. Oh, okay, yes, okay. Let's see, kind of like the FF movie, they might be starting over. Yes, there you go. Anyways, let me get back to this. Let me get back to this story here. At a CinemaCon this year, after a long streak of bombs, well before 2023, begotten by a series of bad decisions during the previous decade, Jeff Goldstein, that would be the president of global distribution for Warner Brothers Pictures, had to acknowledge the obvious. He says, oh my God, China's not going to take my films anymore. What are we going to do? They are losing money in a climate that is currently too expensive. Wow, that's shocking. You know, I could have told you that back in, I don't know, 2018, 2017, something like that. I could have told you that quite a while ago. Yeah, a Goonies sequel. I'm guessing another the kids of the original stars like Ghostbusters. Nah, they'll just have the same old kids go through the same thing all over again. No, it'll probably be all race swapped and gender swapped anyways. I have no idea. Anyways, they're just trying to bring whatever IP that they can find and whatever is in the archive that was popular in the past, and they're just going to take that horse and just beat it to death. That's the big story here, he says, during a panel featuring other top Hollywood execs, remarking on the, quote, problematic economics of making motion pictures. Aw, the poor guy. Goldstein continues, what's that value proposition? You make a good movie, you hold it under the line, and you advertise it to people so they know it's coming out. And, you know, you just generally trust in your audience out there that's going to show up to a good movie. And that's how you make your value proposition, you MBA moron. He adds, how do you make movies that net studio money in today's economy? I just told you. In particularly from the legacy studios. It's much different than streaming companies that have different kinds of funding. Hey, genius, you are a streaming company. Warner Brothers Discovery is a streaming company number one. Warner Brothers Films is underneath that umbrella. You are a streaming company. Yeah, there's Superman right there, being cared for by robots. How did the robots get to Earth? Did he bring them with him? I thought they like shot him out into space. Krypton blew up, landed on the Kent's farm out there, and that was it. Did they have robots there on the Kent's farm? Is that how the Kents were able to do things? Was, hey, let's get these alien robots out in the field and they'll be our slaves picking corn or whatever. Where the hell did the robots come from? Gosh dang it. This stupid movie. I don't know, man. High cost and diminishing receipts are magnifying Hollywood's anxieties. What? No way. Almost every movie is big budget these days. More money than ever is pouring into productions for various unattainable and specious reasons. I would say speculative reasons as well. But fewer and fewer people are going to see them. Gee, I wonder why that is. I wonder maybe if pissing off half of your audience by race and gender swapping, putting in just generally no talent people, but hey, they got the right melatonin in their skin or the right gender, between their legs or whatever. That's the key to everything. Gee, maybe that didn't quite work out. Maybe we gotta make movies for a wider possible audience. Nah, we don't need to do that. They will make more PC game like Minecraft. Next film, Minesweeper. Ooh, Minesweeper, the movie. What's behind that tile? I don't know. Should we click it? No, there's like a 3 next to it. We can't click there. There might be a mine in. Oh, well, but where else can we go? Click in the corners. The corners. That would be an 1.5-hour movie right there. Amy says, and maybe they might want to listen here. Make a good movie with an interesting story, Spend less than $200 million making it. Don't call your desired audience terrible names. Ha! Profitable film. I wouldn't say that it would, automatically be profitable, Amy, but it probably wouldn't lose money. Probably, kind of like your Joker for duh. They says, hey, you know what? We made $1 billion. We don't like that audience. Let's spend the next 2 hours in our movie making fun of and degrading the main character in this movie. Maybe that might not have been a great idea. Maybe it might not have. Maybe. Easy peasy, says Melissa. Easy peasy. Pardon me. Got a burp. Burp the beer. Burp the beer. This has been a crisis for DC since 2020. And Birds of Prey, I would say longer than that. I would say Suicide Squad. Probably the first Suicide Squad, although that did make money. The second one didn't. And guess who directed that second Suicide Squad movie? That'd be James Gunn, people. James Gunn. So I would say it's started sooner than that. Regardless of the pandemic, they keep blaming the pandemic. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to guess. They're going to blame the strikes as well. I've not read ahead in the article. I'm just going to guess that they're going to blame the strikes. And global lockdowns, however, it's been hitting Warner Brothers harder across the board lately. Outside unlikely hits such as Barbie and a Minecraft movie, when they put their faith in something ambitious and director-driven, like Mikey 17, they fumble badly. Badly. I sit right in the middle of that. The dollars we spend are in many cases much greater than we've ever spent before. But the effectiveness is much less, Goldstein confessed. I wonder if you spent less, but were more effective. I wonder how that might work. When you look at those numbers, quite frankly, whenever you see somebody say "quite frankly," you get your ears up, get your antenna up there. They're trying to say, yeah, well, all the other stuff I said was BS, but now everything after this, that's gonna be the truth, man. It's gonna be the truth. It does keep you up at night. It keeps me up at night. That's why they pay you the big bucks, pal. Anyways, we are looking as an industry. How do you get that audience? Yeah, it's strange. Yeah, I have no idea. The fact that you would have to hit a bullseye right in the center because now you don't get past the previews. The world is a village. Oh, for crying out loud. Information gets out in a nanosecond. It can really kill a concept that you may have been working out for a long period of time. You know what? The flip side of that is also true. So, if you've got a movie, maybe you don't need to spend a whole lot of money on it, but maybe spend a little bit on advertising and promoting. That also gets out there in the nanosecond as well. You have one of your best viewed trailers of all time in Superman, so it also flips on the other side. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, Warner Brothers has a few misses with really expensive movies. And our postmortems, we go back and we say, wait a minute, what did we do wrong? What would we likely to do next time, and how do we overcome it? Don't piss off your audience. That doesn't take that. They're famous for the lunches out there in LA. Let's go to lunch. Let's do a post-mortem at lunch. That's like you don't even get through your salad. What did we do wrong? How do we overcome it? Don't piss off the people that you're trying to attract. There you go. Next, waiter, check please. There you go. You don't have to spend it all. Still, Goldstein and the company are determined, a bit nervously so. We have to figure out how we can right the ship. I think we'll get there pretty soon. Because we have to. We don't have any other choice. We are going down like the Titanic if the 5 movies that we saw do not cross the threshold and lose a bunch of money. Goldstein's boss, the Z-Man, thinks he knows how to right the ship against all odds. People, this is going to be brilliant. According to insiders, his solution lies, and what worked in the aforementioned cases of Barbie and Minecraft. People, that is major recognizable IP, people. There you go. IP property. I've been watching this show. It's okay. I'm not recommending it or anything like that. It's more of kind of a insider kind of industry type situation. If you like movies and stuff like that, you might like it. It's called The Studio. Seth Rogen, he essentially plays like the studio head of like a Warner Brothers type film studio out there. So the big boss comes in one day and says, okay, I got a great idea for an IP. I got this IP. I need you to go out like, Barbie. I need you to go out and find some auteur directors out there. We're going to give them $200 million, anything that they want. I got this great IP. Seth Rogen's character says, okay, well, what's this great IP? What's the movie that we're making? He says, we're going to be making a Kool-Aid movie. Kool-Aid. The movie. Anyways, it's kind of an inside kind of funny joke there, but they were going to make Kool-Aid. They were trying to get Martin Scorsese to make a Kool-Aid movie. Didn't quite work out the way that they hoped, but yeah, recognizable IP. Recognizable property. I got it. Katy Perry in space. P-Money. By the way, I don't know if I'm going to get to it tonight, but there are conspiracy theories swirling about Katy Perry's, quote, faked Blue Origin space mission. People are saying it didn't happen, man. It was all faked, like the moon landing. We'll see. So I don't know. Let's see. Warner Brothers has a few misses? What? No. Let's see. Hold on. Getting tongue-tied here. That's less of a lunch meeting and more of a breadsticks and water meeting, says Amy. There you go. Don't piss off your audience. Check, please. Oh, the bread's free? All right, I'm out of here. See ya. I don't know. Maybe they got to pay for water. I have no idea. Anyways, there you go. A major, brilliant thought out here from the Z-Man. Hey, you know what? We needed some recognizable IP. Sources close to the situation say that the Z-Man wants to focus on big IP versus the sort of filmmaker-driven fare that Pamela Abdeby and Michael DeLuca are known for. He's also said to be unhappy with the amount of money the two are spending on these non-IP projects. How dare you? Like sinners. Gosh dang it. Abdeby and DeLuca allies say that the two executives are consummate professionals and are resigned to the fact that their fate at Warner's is uncertain amid the changing climate. Well, they got a hit on their hands here with Minecraft, so they might be doing okay. Reports swirl and pirouette that the Z-Man is getting rid of Abdeby and DeLuca and is actively looking for the replacements. We've went through this before. The Saffron has talked about one. God, I hope not. But they say the latter's job might be saved by Jack Black. Who knew? If so, the Z-Man and Warner Brothers are learning the wrong lessons and not trying to recover it all. Not every IP is guaranteed to be a big hit, and it's become next to impossible to mine them with this mismanagement of formerly strong properties, including DC, Harry Potter, and Mad Max, people. Moreover, that's just at Warner's. Elsewhere, Marvel, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, floundering because people in charge don't care about their audience. There you go. Easy peasy. That's a breadstick lunch. The Z-Man and his underlings must understand that before they can fix a thing. Again, admitting your problems is only step one, they say. They need to go to AA. Otherwise, they're going to be dead as Michael Keaton here is in Batman. There you go, people. There you are. All right. Well, we had, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's a downer of a story or anything like that, but a little bit more serious. How about How about a good news story for the week, people? You know, all the news stories, this or that, everything's terrible. If it leads, it bleeds, yada, yada, yada. Not here. Not now. Well, I'm not leading with it, but we're going to end it on the good news story for the day, people. Do you like doggies? Do you like doggies? Do you hate the freaking jihadist out there? How do you support our good friends over in Israel? Well, I've got the story for you here, people, from the New York Post. And Patrick Riley, people. Patrick Riley. A pet dog snatched by Hamas on October 7th of last year. The year before last. Attracts, comma. They should have a comma here. That's pet dog snatched by Hamas on October 7th attacks. Miraculously found by Israeli troops in Gaza. People, it's a miracle from heaven, people. Miracle from heaven. A dog that was snatched from an Israeli family when they were kidnapped by Hamas is miraculously returning home after the pup was rescued by an IDF soldier in the Gaza, people. Oh, let's check it out here, people. Let's check out a little doggy. Where is he? There's the little doggy right there. Ah, Rachel Dan Saig was emotionally reunited with her beloved 3-year-old Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. His name's Billy on Wednesday. More than 18 months since the pooch was abducted by the barbaric terrorists on October 7th, 23, while she hid in a safe... Who the hell abducts a dog? Rachel's, I'm just going to say Rachel's ex-husband, Alex, and her brother, Izat. Pardon me, people, I'm not very helpful here with the names. Were both kidnapped from the kibbutz Nor Oz, and unfortunately later killed in Hamas captivity, people. Billy, however, survived their ordeal and jumped into the arms of Avita Sapria, I hope I pronounced that right, a reservist who has served for more than 300 days in Gaza with his unit in Rafah last week. While with his unit in Rafah last week. I cared for the dog for 4 days and even received permission to take her back with him to Israel, where she spent Passover Seder with Sapria's family, according to the Israeli outlet News 12. Well, let's check it out. Let's check out a nice reuniting family with their dog. Aww. A scan of the dog's microchip at the vet revealed that she belonged to the Dan Saig and Shapira families. And Shapira called the October... Pardon me. She belonged to the Danzig family, and Shapira, the soldier, called the October 7th survivor and broke the miraculous news to them. Danzig's son-in-law, Yairo Mayor, pardon me, people, told Ynet that the family was in complete shock that the dog was still alive and had overwhelmed with emotion. You can see it right there, people. They were so convinced that Billy was dead that they had already gotten the kids another dog of the same breed. Now the 2 dogs will live together with us. It's a miracle from heaven, they said. Alex Danzig, 76, was a Polish-Israeli activist who, listen to this, people, dedicated his life to teaching others about the Holocaust. The IDF confirmed in July that he had died several months prior while being held in Khan Yunis in southern Gaza by Hamas, people. His body was recovered in August. Hamas had claimed earlier in 24 that Danzig had been killed as a result of his Israeli strike, people. But instead, he was shot dead instead. Elgaret, 69, was shot and wounded while trying to get into his safe room and taken captive to Gaza. He was known by family members to have been alive as recently as April of 24, but later died according to the Times of Israel. His body was handed over to Israeli officials in February. Rachel Danzig praised her brother's bravery at his funeral in March. You, Itzik, fought them with a fierce heart. They took you alive, I believe, so much that you would return alive. You left too soon, she says. They tortured you. They starved you. They left you at great agony that only bloodthirsty murderers can inflict. And even stole his dog, for crying out loud. But look at there. They're happily reunited. Little girl there in the background. I think that's the same dog there. Looks pretty happy to be reunited with their little doggy out there. So nice little story here for you good people. Just in time for old Passover here. Here we go. Here is one of the guys here. Here we go. Hanging out with the pooch. Hanging out with the dog. He says, okay, I'm going to rescue this dog. And luckily he had one of those chips, I guess in his ear or something like that, that told him where the family was. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Someone kidnapped her dog, says Amy. Yes, they kidnapped the dog, but apparently the dog, I don't know, bit the hand, something like that, escaped apparently and was recovered by this Israeli soldier here. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Good news story for the day. There's the doggy right there. There he is right there, getting loaded up into, I don't know, it looks like some sort of armored personnel carrier or something. Dog looks happy to be going home. Definitely happy to go home. They probably were told by their bosses, gotta kidnap something, man. We gotta kidnap something out there. Even if it's a dog. Even if it's a dog, man. So there we go. There is your good news story for the day, people. From the New York Post, let me give credit here. Patrick Riley. Good on him, man. Good on them there. So there you go, people. Something a little nice to take home with you. Something nice to take home with you there. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool indeed. Kind of like a little kid and a bear hanging out. There you go. Do not let your small children hang out with little bears, please. Amy says, I'm glad they got back together. Yeah, there you go. It's nice. That was a nice one. Listen, people, I'm going to be honest. What was it? Let me be frank. Let me be frank here with you good people. I had like one story. I literally had the Batman story. That was it. Or the Warner Brothers story. I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I was like, oh, thank goodness. I knew I was going to put that at the end. You got to have a nice, heartwarming story at the end. So I'm glad that I found that. I mean, literally like 30, 40 minutes before we were supposed to go. So good on old Bear to find that. I'm just going to give myself a pat on the back here. There we go. Yeah. Good job, Bear. You did a good one. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am going to pat myself on the back. I am, people. I am. I mean, I don't know. Did we really want to do the Katy Perry story? I don't know. She faked it. That's what they're saying. They're saying they faked it. They're saying they faked the landing there. It didn't really happen. Didn't really happen at all. This is all fake here. So there you go. That's the long and the short of it, people. Now you know. Now you know. I had a Star Wars story here as well that's like, people really care about Star Wars? No, let's leave it on the doggy. Leave it on the doggy, for crying out loud. So that's what Bear decided to do. Count on Bear to find a good animal story. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, people. Well, let me let you all know. Hopefully you guys will join old Bear here on Saturday. But you know what, P-Money? That starts the beginning of the true hockey season. That would be the playoff season. Good old Tampa Bay looks like they're going to be battling Florida, our old rivals from across the peninsula. So what Bear's planning on doing for Saturday night unless something drastic comes up, planning on doing a hockey talk show. So we're going to talk all about hockey in the playoffs. Hey, if you don't know anything about it, that's fine. I understand. Just come on by, hang out, enjoy the company with all you good people. We're going to do a little bit of hockey talk the next time, something a little different. Switch it up here. So that's what we plan on doing on Saturday. And if you didn't join us last night, first off, what the heck, man? Secondly, we did this little show called the Chat Council. We're playing Civilization 7. So we're going to be going into a brand new era on Monday night, people. So hopefully Monday, come back and join us on that one as well. So there we go. Canadian versus American team debating. Okay, we can do that. I don't think that they're going to be playing. I don't think they're going to be playing the. I'm not sure if it was going to be the Senators or if it was going to be Montreal. I'm not sure. I don't think that they are. I would need to go back and look. I haven't looked today. Obviously, Tampa Bay won last night and Florida lost last night. I haven't looked at the standings just yet. It looks like Toronto, I think they won, so I think they're number one. So it should be a Canada versus Canada team, and then a Florida versus Florida team on the East Coast. So that ought to be interesting. That ought to be interesting. But it could happen later in the series. Well, listen, man, we've went out the last two first rounds, so I'm just hoping that the Tampa Bay Lightning get past the first round. That's all I hope for. But you know, our first round opponent is the previous Stanley Cup champion, so we've got a little bit of work to do. Definitely got a lot of work to do. So yeah, but it could happen. Definitely could happen. You know, probably the next round would be one of those Canadian teams, either Montreal, Ottawa, or Toronto. Could be. We got to face our other big rivals if we get past Florida. That would be Toronto. So if you want to hear all about that, come on back Saturday night. We'll talk all about it, people. Definitely talk all about it. But for right now, I got to say thank you to everybody. That would be Amy and Oh, by the way, are they doing a DNQ tonight? I have not heard about that. So I want to thank Amy, Melissa, P Money, and all of the little P Moneys and Mrs. P Money. Let's see. Anybody else? Myself. I'm going to thank myself here for dropping a great link. Good job, Bear. Anyway, once again, patting myself on the back. Good job, Bear. Good job. Good job. There we go. Amy says, yep, Bible stories? Oh, okay, for Easter. Okay, great. Terrific. All right. That ought to be interesting. I like that one. Good job, Bear. Thank you. I will pat myself an extra time for Amy here. Good job, Bear. Good job. Great link. Great show. It was almost a professional show. Not quite, but hey, chin up there, fella. Chin up. You'll get there eventually. All right, Amy. Well, I hope to see you then. But you know what, people? All of this talk has made Bear hungry, so he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrrrr. Night, everyone.